Hello everyone and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, July 23rd, 2025, we are turning our attention to Microsoft, ticker symbol Microsoft, a tech giant always at the forefront of innovation and market discussion. Before we dive into the charts, let's establish the current fundamental landscape for Microsoft based on the latest news. A major positive driver is the overwhelming bullish sentiment from analysts. Multiple firms like UBS, Bank of America, Wedbush, and Wells Fargo have recently raised their price targets, some as high as $600. The consensus among 46 analysts is a strong buy, with an average target of $548.53, largely fueled by Microsoft's strong artificial intelligence performance and robust Azure cloud growth. Looking ahead, Microsoft is set to announce its Q4 2025 earnings on July 30th, with analysts projecting earnings per share of $3.35 and revenue of $73.79 billion. This follows a strong Q3 2025 performance, where the company handily beat estimates. Morgan Stanley forecasts double-digit revenue and earnings growth through fiscal 2026, reinforcing the long-term bullish outlook driven by significant investments in AI and data centers. However, it's not all sunshine. Cybersecurity concerns have emerged as a notable headwind. Microsoft has accused Chinese state-sponsored hackers of exploiting SharePoint vulnerabilities, leading to breaches, including one reportedly affecting the U.S. Nuclear Weapons Agency. Reports also indicate that a recent security patch failed to fully resolve a critical SharePoint vulnerability, potentially leaving thousands exposed. While the stock is only down 0.9% today, July 23rd, these ongoing security issues could introduce volatility. Now, let's pivot to the charts and see how this news translates into price action, starting with the daily time frame. On the one-day chart, we can clearly see a strong, sustained uptrend for Microsoft, particularly evident since March 2024. The stock has climbed steadily from around the $400 level, reflecting the market's positive reaction to Microsoft's growth story, especially its advancements in AI and cloud services. This long-term trend aligns perfectly with the strong buy ratings and ambitious price targets we just discussed. Notice the sharp but temporary dip we saw in late April 2025, where price briefly touched down near $350, creating a significant low. This move correlated with some older news we found, though not today's, regarding Q3 earnings guidance and supply chain issues. However, the immediate and strong rebound from this level suggests that dips are quickly bought up by investors confident in Microsoft's long-term prospects, indicating strong underlying demand. This $350 level now serves as a crucial long-term support for the stock, marking a clear reversal point where buyers stepped in aggressively. Currently, Microsoft is trading near all-time highs, with the latest close on July 22nd at $505.27. The 52-week high observed in our data is around $513.37, reached just last week on July 17, 2025. This level now acts as immediate resistance for the stock. Breaking above $513.37 with conviction, especially on higher volume, would confirm continued bullish momentum towards those analyst targets of $585 to $600. The area around $490 to $495 has recently shown itself as a short-term support zone, having held multiple times over the past few weeks. A break below this could signal some profit-taking or a reevaluation by the market. Looking at intermediate support, the $450 to $460 range was a key consolidation area in May and June 2025 and would likely offer strong support if the price pulls back significantly. Switching to the one-hour chart, we can gain a more granular view of recent price action. Focusing on the last few days, specifically from July 18th to July 22nd, 2025, we observe that Microsoft has been trading within a relatively tight range, oscillating between roughly $505 and $512. While volatility has been contained, there are noticeable shifts in momentum. For instance, The dip on July 18th to near $507.43 was swiftly recovered, reinforcing the idea of strong buyer interest on pullbacks. The cybersecurity news, while concerning, has not yet translated into a major sell-off on these shorter timeframes, suggesting the market is prioritizing the AI growth narrative or is awaiting further developments. Volume on these hourly dips generally remained moderate, not indicating panic selling, which is a bullish sign. Now, let's zoom in even further to the 15-minute chart to identify immediate support and resistance levels for intraday traders. Here, we can see the short-term struggles and successes of price action. On July 22nd, the price found strong support around $505.27 after an initial dip from the open. This level held firm, and the price attempted to push higher throughout the day, closing back above $505.27. Immediate resistance on this time frame appears to be around $507.50 to $508, which price struggled to break above during the latter half of the day. Observing the transaction volume, periods of upward movement often coincide with increased volume, confirming buying interest, while downtrends might show lower volume, indicating less selling pressure. In summary, Microsoft remains in a robust long-term uptrend, strongly supported by its leadership in AI and favorable analyst ratings. Key short-term support lies around the $505 to $495 range. A more significant support level, which proved resilient after a major dip, is found around $350 in the long term. Immediate resistance is at the recent high of $513.37. The bullish scenario, pushing towards $585 to $600, has a high likelihood, perhaps 70 to 80%, especially if Microsoft's Q4 earnings, due on July 30th, surpass expectations and the guidance remains strong on AI and cloud growth. Confirmation would come from a decisive break above $513.37 on strong volume. Conversely, a bearish reversal, potentially leading to a retest of the $450 to $460 area, holds a lower likelihood, perhaps 20 to 30%, but could materialize if earnings disappoint or if the cybersecurity vulnerabilities escalate into a larger concern, leading to a break below $490 to $495 support. Beyond earnings, keep an eye on developments regarding the SharePoint vulnerabilities and any further announcements related to Microsoft's AI initiatives, as these will continue to be significant catalysts for MSFT's price action. Always remember to monitor volume for conviction behind moves and consider broader market sentiment when making trading decisions. Thank you for watching Explain the Charts, and happy trading!